One fine afternoon, Taehyung was working in his office. At that time, his phone rang. Seeing the caller ID, he picked it up. Hello, Mom. Taehyung, I called you to remind you again. Today is Karwachauth. You have to go home early before the moon come out. Yes, Mom, I remember it. I will go. You don't need to remind me again and again. This is your first time celebrating it. That's why I am reminding you again and again. I don't want my wine to stay hungry for a long time. Now do I? Obviously not. It's your daughter-in-law after all. Now let me do my work so that I can go home fast. Don't forget the gift, son. Saying this, he cut the call. Taehyung softly chuckled while shaking his head. His overexcited mom. Then he looked down and thought, will she fast for me? He shrugged off his shoulders and again started to do his work. 8 months ago, Taehyung got married to his dad's friend's daughter, Wyan. It was an arranged marriage. Taehyung was a Korean and Wyan an Indian. Taehyung's dad always saw Wyan as his own daughter. So, despite having different culture, he married her off to his son. He saw a life partner in her for his son. Though Wyan and Taehyung's fathers were close friends, they both hardly met each other. Even before marriage also, they met only for rituals. So this 8 months of time they spent learning about each other, getting comfortable with each other. It's not like any of them were cold towards another. No, it's not. But opening up to a stranger needs time, and they both are giving each other that time. They had started to share things with each other, open up with each other, all small things they started to do it together. While making space for Wyan in his room, Taehyung himself didn't know how he had made space for her in his heart. He didn't know when his heart had started to fill with love for her. He didn't know when he fell for her. He sometimes even questioned himself. Is it possible to fall for someone this fast? Is it? Even though he still didn't get the answer. But who cares if it's possible or not? He had feelings for her and it's something strong. So who cares? Karwachauth. On Karwachauth, Indian wives fast for their husbands, wishing for their long and healthy life. They all know it's superstitions, but still they do, as it's a way to show their love and affection for their husbands. Some husbands also do fast for their wives. It's become also a way for them to show their love and affection towards their wives. Taehyung was also fasting today for Wyan, but he didn't let her notice this. He came office today before breakfast. He didn't want her to do fasting as he was doing. He even didn't want her to do fasting as she was his wife and her parents told her to do so. He wanted her to do this to show her love and affection towards him, and for that he can't wait for the next year or next to next year even more. But still, today a thought was coming in his mind again and again. Is she fasting today? Will she ever do it for him? At evening. At evening, when Taehyung came home, he was expecting to see his wife at living room after her long tiring office like every day. But instead of her, he was welcomed by emptiness. He kept his office bag on the sofa and called her. But he got no answer. He again called her 3 to 4 times, and on the last call he got to hear her voice, which was coming from Terence. Realizing his wife was upstairs, he also went there. As soon as he opened the door of the terrace, he saw the terrace was filled with candles. Then his eyes fell on his wife, who was looking at the sky while leaning on the terrace grill. His breath hitched seeing her. His wife was wearing a dark maroon colored sari. She was also wearing golden jewelry, which was complementing her very well. His skinny beauty was looking eternal in between the glowing candles. Recovering from his state, he could utter just a word, "Wine." Hearing her husband's voice, Wine turned around and faced him with a small pout. "Look, Taehyung, the moon has still not come out from the clouds. Seems like there is still time left for it. You go downstairs, freshen up and wear the new kurta. I placed it on our bed, and then come here." Taehyung was still looking at her without blinking. "Go, Taehyung." Taehyung nodded and went to downstairs. Taehyung came after changing. Wine was still looking at the sky while leaning on the terrace grill. He stood beside her. Instead of looking at the sky, he was looking at his skinny beauty with a small smile on his face. Finally, the moon has come out from the clouds. Then she turned towards Taehyung with a smile on her face. "Let's do all the rituals. I am damn hungry, Taehyung." Seeing her this excited, he nodded while smiling. Then they do all the rituals, and last Taehyung made Wine drink water and sweets to break her fast. Taehyung himself also eat the sweet to break his own fast. Then they started to eat their dinner there as Wine arranged it there beforehand. After eating well, an adorable smile crept on Wine's face, which made Taehyung's heart skip a beat. "You know, Wine, from yesterday, Mom called me so many times reminding me to come home early today." Wine also chuckled with him. Yeah, she was very excited. "Have you done it for her, Wine?" "She also told me to bring you gift thinking I would forget it." "Silly her, how can I forget it?" He put his hand in his pants pocket and brought out a small box. He got up from his chair and went to Wine's and knelt down. He opened the box and took out a beautiful ring. He took Wine's hand and made her wear it with a smile. "Happy Karwachauth, wifey." "Thank you, Taehyung." Looking at the ring, then at Taehyung. "But I haven't brought any object as a gift for you, Taehyung." "I don't need any gift from you, Wine." Wine shook her head. "I didn't say I don't have any gift for you. I just said I haven't brought any object for you. What I have for you, it's yours to decide whether it's a gift for you or not." Seeing Taehyung's confused face, Wine took a deep breath and said, "I don't know how it happened in a small amount of time, but I have fallen for you, Taehyung." Deeply, truly. I love you, Taehyung, very much, and I want to become yours at every possible way, be it my soul or my whole self. I want to be yours, Taehyung, just yours. Today I did fasting not because I am your wife. I did as I wanted to show my love and affection towards you. It's okay if you need time. I am willing to wait for you. Taehyung, be it next year or next to next year or even more. Before she could say anything more, Taehyung placed his index finger on her lips. I also did fasting today, Ryan, out of my affection towards you, out of my love towards you. Every single thing you said a moment ago is same what I feel towards you, Ryan. I love you, Ryan, and I also want to be yours, be it my soul or my whole self. He leaned towards Ryan's lips. May I? Ryan nodded, and their lips met each other. After devouring each other, they parted away while breathing heavily. Their eyes were closed, forehead attached to each other's. Make love to me, Taehyung. Taehyung opened his eyes and looked deep in her eyes. Are you sure? Ryan nodded, and Taehyung picked her up in a bridal style and went to their bedroom. They spent whole night while being in each other's arms.